There are over 250 characters in Marvel Strike Force, and while it'd be great to upgrade all of them, that's just not realistic for most players, and with resources being so tight, building your roster the right way is more important than ever. So if you're looking for some tips on how to utilize your resources in the most efficient way possible, then this is the video for you. Alright, with all that said, let's get into it. Marvel Strike Force at its core is a resource management game, and while Scopely has done a pretty decent job handing out more resources, there are still bottlenecks you're gonna come across, and unless you're willing to fork out a bit of cash, you're gonna have to be selective with the amount of characters you invest into. Concentrating on a select group of characters but investing heavily into them is far more beneficial than spreading your resources out. The best way to start is by building a solid foundation of raid teams, and this is going to allow you to acquire important resources every single day. Currently there's 6 raid teams: the Bio, Skill, Mystic, Mutant, Tech, as well as the Spotlight raid team, the Alpha Flight team. And while it takes some time and investment to build all of these teams to the necessary level, it's well worth it in the end. The good thing about building the raid teams at the moment is that most of the raid teams are pretty good outside of raids too. So I recommend to use as many raid characters as you can to complete your next goal, and that is the Dark Dimensions. As most of the Dark Dimensions are older content, new teams like Extreme X-Men and Spider Society will walk right through it, so Dark Dimension 1 through 5 shouldn't be much of an issue. But Dark Dimension 6 is a little tougher, and while it can be completed without using Apocalypse, it's not very fun. So while you're focusing on your raid teams, there are a couple of teams you'll want to start to farm so that when the time comes, you can unlock the 4 Horsemen and begin your journey to unlocking Apocalypse. First off, the Superior 6. They're a great villain team and can be used to unlock multiple legendary characters, so definitely worth building. Secondly, the New Avengers, and while they're primarily a war team, they too can be used to unlock multiple legendary characters. Tigra is the MVP on this team, so to make things easier on yourself, farm as many stars on her as possible. Alright, so we've got our raid teams, we've also got the Superior 6 and the New Avengers. Using these teams, you can unlock all 4 of the Horsemen. Then, to go alongside the 4 Horsemen, you'll need some Bio, Mutant, and Mystic characters, and while I suggest to mainly use the raid characters you already have built up, I've got an in-depth video going over the teams I recommend to use to unlock Apocalypse, and I'll leave a link to that in the description if you want to check it out. Finally, you'll need to choose which 3 of the 4 Marvel Strike Force original characters you want to invest in to help unlock Apocalypse. Okay, so we started off investing into the raid teams while also farming stars for Superior 6 and New Avengers on the side. As you progress through the game, you'll use these characters to complete Dark Dimensions 1 through 5 and unlock the 4 Horsemen in preparation for when you hit level 90 so that you can unlock Apocalypse right away. Then, using Apocalypse and the characters you've built up so far, you can complete Dark Dimension 6 and unlock Super Skrull. This will set you up for a great start in Marvel Strike Force, and from here you can choose to widen your roster or go straight for Dark Dimension 7. It's completely up to you. But if you do want to get off to the best start possible in Marvel Strike Force, then I think that this is the way. Alright, well that just about does it for today's video. If you found the information in this video useful, give it a thumbs up and share with your alliance. Don't forget to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.